Polymarket's recent growth highlights how certain crypto applications are starting to capture the attention of mainstream users, not just the crypto savvy. Unlike purely financial tools, Polymarkets offers direct use value by allowing people to gauge the probabilities of various outcomes, something that's appealing to a wide audience. This shift indicates that crypto is reaching beyond its initial niche. The decentralized social space is gaining traction. Platforms like Farcaster are attracting users who aren't typical crypto enthusiasts, but are drawn to the platform for what it offers. This is significant because it shows that these technologies are starting to stand on their own merits beyond their crypto foundations. Such adoption would have been unthinkable. The user experience was too cumbersome, deterring anyone not deeply invested in the crypto world. But today the landscape has improved significantly. The barriers that once made crypto applications inaccessible to the average person are lowering, allowing these platforms to grow and reach new audiences. This evolution marks a crucial turning point where crypto technology is finally becoming user-friendly enough to attract and retain a broader audience.
Polymarket's recent growth is a clear sign that crypto applications are starting to break into the mainstream, capturing the attention of users beyond the traditional crypto community. Unlike purely financial tools, Polymarkets offer something tangible and valuable to a broad audience: the ability to gauge the probabilities of various events and outcomes. This direct use value is what makes it appealing to people who may not have been interested in crypto before. It shows that the utility of these applications is becoming more apparent and relevant to a wider audience. The decentralized social space is undergoing a similar transformation. Platforms like Farcaster are now attracting users who aren't necessarily drawn to crypto itself, but are instead interested in what these platforms offer. Farcaster, for example, is gaining traction among people who appreciate its unique features and community, even if they don't consider themselves part of the crypto world. This is a significant development, as it indicates that these technologies are starting to stand on their own merits, appealing to users for reasons beyond their blockchain foundations. This kind of mainstream adoption would have seemed unlikely. The user experience in crypto was often cumbersome and complex, creating high barriers to entry for anyone who wasn't already invested in the space. The crypto standard of annoyingness, as it was often called, meant that many potential users were put off by the challenges of navigating these platforms. However, the landscape has changed dramatically. Today, crypto applications have become much more user-friendly, with improved interfaces and smoother experiences that are inviting to a broader audience. This evolution marks a crucial turning point for the crypto industry. As the barriers to entry continue to lower, more people are finding value in these platforms, whether for financial insights, social interaction, or other uses. The fact that these technologies are now being adopted by people who aren't necessarily crypto people shows that they are finally maturing into something that can be appreciated and utilized by the general public. This broader appeal is essential for the continued growth and success of the crypto space, as it moves from a niche interest to a mainstream utility.
Subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get our
The idea of internationally recognized sovereignty often comes with the assumption that it guarantees safety. However, the reality is far more complex, and unfortunately, having recognized sovereignty doesn't always ensure protection. This ideal is not the world we live in. It's more accurate to view blockchains and internet-native communities as new types of actors in the global landscape. These digital entities are beginning to play significant roles, and the boundaries between them and the traditional world are being actively contested and negotiated. For example, the ongoing debates about cryptocurrency ETFs can be seen as similar to trade agreements between nation-states, illustrating the evolving relationship between internet-native structures and existing systems. As these digital actors continue to grow in influence, the way they interact with traditional institutions will shape the future, potentially leading to new walls or bridges between the digital and physical worlds.
The idea that internationally recognized sovereignty guarantees safety is a comforting notion, but it doesn't hold up in reality. We often assume that if a nation or entity has its sovereignty recognized by the global community, it's shielded from significant threats. However, as we've seen time and time again, this recognition doesn't necessarily provide security. Unfortunately, the world is far more complex, and simply being acknowledged as sovereign doesn't protect against all forms of danger or interference. A more relevant and contemporary way to understand this is by looking at the rise of blockchains and internet-native communities. These are new kinds of actors that are reshaping the global landscape. Unlike traditional nation-states, which have long been the primary players in international relations, these digital entities operate on different principles and aren't bound by the same rules. As a result, the boundaries between these internet-native structures and the traditional world are increasingly being challenged and redefined. We see this unfolding in real time through various examples, such as the ongoing debates over cryptocurrency ETFs. These discussions are not just about finance, they reflect a broader negotiation between the emerging digital economy and established financial systems. In many ways, the struggle over whether cryptocurrencies should be integrated into traditional financial products like ETFs mirrors the kinds of negotiations that take place between nation-states over trade agreements. It's about determining the terms of engagement between these two worlds. As these internet-native actors continue to grow in power and influence, the question becomes how they will coexist with traditional institutions. Will we see the development of new barriers that separate the digital and physical realms? Or will there be collaborative efforts to integrate these new structures into the existing world? The outcome will shape the future of both digital and traditional systems, influencing everything from global finance to governance. The evolving dynamics between these actors will determine the new rules of engagement in a world where digital sovereignty is becoming just as important as physical sovereignty.
The potential impact of AI on the world this century is both immense and unpredictable. We could witness a future where AI creates a utopia, drastically improving our lives. Alternatively, we might face a dystopian reality marked by extreme centralization or even catastrophic outcomes. Another scenario could involve a global governance system that, while seemingly benign, offers little freedom for dissent and might eventually falter over time. In the immediate future, the risks are already evident. AI-related disasters and conflicts are not just theoretical, they are happening now, as seen in ongoing crises in places like Ukraine and Gaza. The uncertainty surrounding AI's development means we're navigating a landscape where both its transformative potential and its threats are becoming apparent, and we're grappling with the implications as they unfold.
The impact of AI on our world this century is set to be extraordinary, yet its ultimate direction remains highly uncertain. On one hand, AI could usher in a golden age, creating a utopia where technology significantly enhances human life and solves many of our biggest challenges. On the other hand, we might face dystopian futures characterized by severe centralization of power or even catastrophic scenarios. The broad spectrum of possibilities includes everything from a global totalitarian regime to a future where society seems pleasant for those who conform, but offers little freedom for those who do not. Another scenario involves a global governance system driven by AI that, while initially appearing benign, could undermine individual autonomy and freedom over time. The idea of a pleasant world where compliance is rewarded but dissent is not tolerated paints a picture of a controlled society that may, in the long run, face its own set of issues. The risks associated with AI are becoming increasingly real. We are already witnessing how AI can exacerbate conflicts and crises. For example, in regions like Ukraine and Gaza, the integration of AI and other technologies into warfare and daily life has had tangible, often devastating effects. These are not abstract threats but real-world challenges that are unfolding now. As AI continues to evolve, its dual nature offering both transformative benefits and significant risks becomes ever more apparent. The technology is advancing rapidly, and while its potential to improve lives is substantial, so too are the dangers it poses. Navigating this landscape requires a careful balance between harnessing AI's capabilities and managing its risks. The uncertainty surrounding AI's future impacts means we're in a period of intense scrutiny and adaptation, trying to understand and address the profound changes and challenges that this technology brings.
Subscribe our channel and press the bell button to get our video notification. And like the video.